Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll meet the newly elected student member of the Board of Education and find out how a local Boy Scout is helping his community. But first, making headlines this week. The county executive will release his budget recommendations next week, but we have a big scoop for you right here. The budget will include pay raises for teachers and in an education package that also includes a bailout of the healthcare fund for public schools. All told, the pay increases total $15.6 million, and the pay raises would become effective July 1st. County Executive Steve Shue has been working on this with Anne Arundel Public Schools for over 2 years, and this is a really good result. You think the teachers will be happy, Dave?
I think they'll be happy.
Some is better than none,
right? I think some will be happy. Some will, look.
But I mean, any kind of increase is better than.
The issue is you can never pay teachers enough, right? Like
They should be getting paid more than a lot of other positions.
Exactly,
totally
and
agree.
I think everybody feels that way.
Yeah.
And the problem is when you start doing a budget and you're dealing with, well, what about police officers? Do they deserve to be paid more money? Yeah, right? Of course. Firefighters? Yes.
Right.
Kristin Lagana? Yes. Right? You're a county employee.
I can get behind that.
Right? So, I mean, you deserve, you work hard for the people.
And co-host of Week in Review.
Right, all right. I mean, so you have to constantly balance these things. And, listen, at the end of the day, when you're a public employee like us, getting a raise is better than not getting a raise.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So there's that. That's a good thing, and hopefully, teachers feel like they're valued, and we always want to pay teachers more. There's no question about it.
Especially you, Mrs. Duke, aka.
And there are some teachers who had me who should have been paid double. Or triple.
I value Dave's teachers.
I mean,
for sure.
Wow. Quick little story, Kristin.
Yes.
I think for my entire, what do they call it, secondary education, or my entire elementary school, middle school.
Primary education.
My desk touched the teacher's desk.
Oh, really?
The teacher
what were
would
you always
move
in
my
trouble
desk
for?
up talking.
Me too.
Right? We're type A personalities.
Talkers.
We're very intelligent, and we weren't able to focus.
Talk too much.
Look at us now.
Look at us now.
Now, Kristin, speaking of the budget, everyone can get in on the action to dive deep into the budget. Here's a couple ways. There will be tax and fee cuts.
Like that.
Money for parks.
All right.
New police academy.
Yes.
All kinds of good stuff that affects every community of the county. Now, you can watch the budget live right here on Monday, May 1st at 11 a.m. There will also be so many ways to do it. You can tune in to your local cable channel, which is 998 on Comcast, and 1962 on Verizon, which we have not mentioned yet. That is our high definition Verizon channel. It's a new thing, 1962.
Good year.
Kind of random, kind of weird, but 1962, that's our channel. You can see Kristin in high definition.
Woo.
You can also sign up to live stream and watch the budget anywhere you are in the world. And after the speech is over, we'll edit it and we'll have all kinds of handy stuff on Facebook and Twitter for you to study up. Of course, you can actually read the budget, perish the thought, I know, at aacounty.org. So are you going to read every single page of the budget?
Got my highlighters ready.
Yeah,
Dave.
you're going to have that PDF open. You're going to look at the detail tables. They call them detail tables.
I'm ready.
You got all
We
that
got friends with tables and graphs, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, yeah. We got lots of tables and graphs.
It's an exciting time.
For people like me, I would recommend, you can watch I think the budget's going to be about half hour, 40 minutes. You can watch that, or if you don't even have that attention span, we're going to try and, condense it down, and we'll be going over it in the show. You can just watch our show every week, and we'll give you the quick little just what you need to know just at the right time.
I like it. I like it.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Well, our fire department is expanding its place on the front lines of the fight against addiction. The county announced a new program called Safe Stations. The way it works is that anyone can show up at any fire station in the county anytime, day or night, for a safe place to get help. People who show up at a station will be assessed by a paramedic and given detox resources. Personnel will also decide if the person needs to go to the hospital. Any needles or paraphernalia will be disposed of safely, and the mobile crisis team will be contacted. And this is a great idea, Dave. Hopefully it's something that will make a difference. I think it sounds like a wonderful program.
Hopefully. I mean, we have had the worst news lately with this. I mean, first we had you know, I don't remember the number, but a very high number of overdoses in a 24-hour period. That's happened twice in the last 2 months. And then we have 2 people die because they overdosed on elephant tranquilizer.
Horrible.
Which is like, what, 30,000 times more potent than methadone?
I remember when there was a big ketamine problem.
Ketamine,
That's for horses,
that is also a
but
veterinary.
this is for elephants?
It's just, I mean, what is going on here? It's really hard to get your arms around. I guess you just can't get into the mind of an addict, but we do hear from a lot of people who are addicted that you're in this place in your mind where all you care about is that high. And I've had addicts tell me if they hear somebody died, they want to find out where that person bought the drugs so they can buy the same thing.
It's horrible.
They don't think in their mind, but I would die. Like
Right.
that. It's unbelievable. I mean, we have got to, we're trying so hard to get a handle on this, and just every day you hear something else that's just mind-blowing.
Well, many kudos to our fire department personnel.
That's a good idea.
that are setting
That's a
up
good
this
idea,
program.
and it means that, you know, no questions asked.
Get you help.
Just, if you have the thought, just go to a fire station, show up at the door, and somebody will be there to help you. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Lusia Cole, our new student member of the Board of Education. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well,
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we have Miss Lusia Cole, who is the student member of the Board of Education. Lucia, welcome to the studio.
Your Honor.
Your honor. Your honor. And you're a student at Chesapeake Science Point Academy. This is in Hanover, right?
Yes.
Now, what year are you, and what made you decide to go to this school?
Well, I'm in the 11th grade, and what made me decide to come to school, I've always loved small environments, and I know that Chesapeake always offered it. And my mom thought it would be a better opportunity for me than other schools, so she put me there.
Yay, Mom. Shout out to Mom.
And what possessed you to run for the Board of Education?
When we went for the Board of Education, well, my counselor sent out an email saying this would be a great opportunity, so I kind of read through and saw what student members of boards do. And I thought it would be very cool, and then also be a way to get my voice out there and kind of make sure that everybody's represented. So I felt like that would be a great opportunity for everybody. So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
and I can
you,
already tell
thank
from like our
you.
small
Natural
talk.
politician.
Yes, our small talk off camera that Lucia is perfect for this role, for this honor. Now, I understand this. You have a unique name.
Yes.
And you're Samoan.
Yes.
Now, how do you pronounce your name, your Samoan name?
Okay, it's Lucia Aveolelai Eosomai Ilematasawa Ko.
I'm not even going to
Repeat
try. No, I'm not going to try, but it's beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
And tell us about your how you embrace your Samoan heritage.
Well, my mom always made sure that I was very rich in my Samoan heritage because I am half black and half Samoan. So she wanted to make sure that I was fully engaged in both. Some ways I do that, I'm a part of the American Samoan Society, and it's like an outreach group, and we make sure that we're represented. And we're actually part of the Cherry Blossom Festival every year. We have
Love
a princess. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be a princess sometime in the future after college.
We're going to start campaigning right now. Here's your princess
You
right
are
here.
not Samoan. You can't be the
No,
princess.
not me, her. I'm your campaign
She has
manager.
a tiara if you want to borrow
for
it.
sure.
We'll make sure you get there. Yes.
Yes, yeah. So also I've danced hula. It's a way of, I love dancing hula. I really miss it.
Why didn't we know this ahead of time? We could have had a lesson.
Oh, thank God. Not for
sometime in
me.
the future.
Okay.
Just let me know.
How long does it take to get to Samoa if you fly?
Well, it's
It's like a 2-day thing, right?
it's about 14 hours without adding time zones, really.
Yeah.
So most people will fly to Hawaii and then like spend a day there, hang out with their cousins, and then go to Samoa. Yeah.
And what about like one of our favorite topics, food?
The food there is delicious.
Yeah, what's your favorite?
We love, my favorite thing to see is a big Samoan a big pig, a big roasted pig, and that's like one of my favorite dishes ever. Yes.
Yum.
Yes. That's
We love
wonderful.
food on
I
this
love
show. We
pork.
talk about food all the time.
We do.
Yeah.
So explain to us, you're running for the student member of the board.
Yes.
And in the meantime, the Maryland General Assembly is deciding what the school board should look like and how it's selected and all that, and they came out with an elected school board. Were you following all that, and kind of what were you thinking as that was all going on?
Well, I kind of support the whole elected school board because I believe it'll be a way to make sure everybody's represented and also make people hungrier, because if you really want to run for office, it's a huge commitment, meaning that you really want to have it. So I feel like it would be beneficial for everybody. So I personally kind of I endorse it. Yeah, for sure.
Wonderful.
And what does the student member do on the board? Can you vote on everything? Are there certain things you can and can't do?
Well, student member board is just like any other member except we're a student. We're a high school student, so we get a full voting right. We get to listen to every issue. We're at every board meeting.
Wow.
We get invited to everything. So basically, we're just an 18-year-old who's in office, really.
And I think I remember from school, are we still the only county that has a student member?
Yes, we're the only
A vote with voting rights.
yes.
Voting rights.
Basically
That's
in the
a big
country,
deal.
not only in the state.
In the
That's a big
country,
deal.
that's
huge.
amazing.
Yeah, it's huge. So I'm very honored, and also I'm very honored to be one of the first charter school representatives for the student member board. So it's a huge honor, and I'm very happy.
A pretty winning characteristic of a cherry blossom parade princess, if you ask me. That's what I think.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Just adding to the resume.
I know, we just write that down. And very well polished on public television. What are some of your goals with the board?
One of my goals is kind of to tweak the punishment policy, because it's there's a lot of fluctuations between different schools. Certain schools, the punishment policy is very harsh, where they'll like suspend you on spot, where in other ones they'll just put you like in a detention room for a day. So those are one of the things I want to focus on. And then also communication is huge for me. So I was thinking of enacting a newsletter for schools and students, so that they know what's going on in the board, they know the hot button issues and how it affects them. So those are some things that I wanted to accomplish while being on the board.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Well, we'll be watching.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that you fulfill all your campaign promises.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You can hold me to it, for sure.
So aside from being a student and member of the board, what are some other exciting activities or some of your favorite school subjects?
Well, one of my favorite things is to be a part of the student government. I'm also vice president on my 11th grade class, so I love making.
Seriously.
Yeah, so I love being there. I'm actually a part of track. I love running, and I love hanging out in sports teams and everything. I'm a people person. I just love being out there with different people and learning about them and learning about new cultures and things. So I'm very much that.
Travel, track,
I love
government. Well, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Keep on the path you're on. It's been such a
Thank
delight
you,
meeting
thank
you and
you.
talking
It was
to
really
you
nice meeting
today.
you too also.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Thank
congratulations.
you.
Can't wait to see all the exciting things you're going to be doing for the school board. Well, we'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
When it comes to saving money,
What?
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting. This is so humiliating.
Be the boss
I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap. You were saying.
and make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back. Boy Scouts are always out doing special projects in the community, and our own Nancy Schrum caught up with one in Pasadena last week. Nancy?
Hi, Kristin and Dave. This is Nancy Schrum at Fort Smallwood Park with Matt Hartman, who just accomplished Eagle Scout, the rank of Eagle Scout. And we're here today to talk to Matt about his Eagle Scout project. So Matt, can you tell us a little bit about the planning that went into the plannings that you have here to improve the shoreline at the park?
Yeah, so basically I came over to the park and asked the park rangers what they needed to be done, and they said this is a good area because it's eroding away from the water, and they said if you could just plant some plants here, it would be great to kind of keep the area the way it is.
So how many plants or trees, shrubs did you plant totally? And is there a difference between a native species and a non-native species plant?
Yeah. So we planted 30 native trees and around 70 little native shrubs, and the difference is the native trees and shrubs are meant to be in this area, and the ones, the invasive species, are not, and they're not good for the environment.
So now that the plantings are completed, the project is complete, what's it going to take to maintain the health of all the shrubs and trees?
We just have to come out here periodically, mulch the area with the plants, make sure they're watered and they don't dry and die, and so they're looking pretty good though. So we don't really think we're going to need to do that too much.
Great. Well, on behalf of the county, thank you for thinking about Fort Smallwood Park and the improvement. So back to you, Dave and Kristin.
Thanks, Nancy. What a great project, Matt and Dave. We need to call Matt and have him build a buffer between us sometime.
We could use a buffer, right?
We could use a buffer.
I mean, there's streamline buffers and then there's co-host buffers.
There's co-host buffers. Completely need way stronger material for a co-host buffer than a
Yeah, we might need a
streamline
really
buffer.
big wall.
A huge wall.
It would be huge. It's not just a buffer, it's a wall.
It's a wall. A co-host wall.
So Kristin, you know, what's going on with Kristin Lagana these days? I feel like, you know, we just haven't talked enough, you know. I've been down in budget world, with no room to socialize.
Okay, you've been in budget world, which is, I'm sure, very strenuous. I've been in Earth Day world.
That's right.
Legitimately every day, school programs or Earth Day festivals or fairs, just trying to get the word out to folks about why recycling's good, why it's important to have source reduction in your life, and not cut down on your use of energy, water, etc.
Can I throw something out here?
Throw it out, I might take it.
It's really tough when it rains on Earth Day.
Oh, it's so
I
tough.
get it, it's all about the planet and we should be okay with that, but when it rains, it's like everybody's out there trying to plant trees and trying to do all this stuff outside. And when it rains, it's just like such a bummer.
We embrace it in all its shapes, sizes, and weather.
Yeah.
And we had to alter a lot of our events that day that either got moved inside or canceled, or maybe we snuck out there when it stopped raining.
Did you, so I think I know what you did.
What did I do?
So it was raining outside, so you had to do something inside, so you led a sing-along of We Are the World.
We Are the World. Yeah, no, I didn't do that, but I have been singing our recycle sound off chair a lot lately. Would you like to learn it?
Yes. Wait, this is the bundle it, the.
No, that's that when we were doing the yard waste.
Yeah.
You gotta bin it, bag it, bundle it, bin it.
We're still working on that. What's the recycling cheer?
All right, I will teach it to you. It's a sound off, so you have to.
Do we go?
We can do that. I usually just do a. You're gonna repeat after me.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Throwing trash away gets old.
Throwing trash away gets old.
Recycle at lunch and class.
Recycle at lunch and class.
Paper, plastic, metal, glass.
Plastic, paper, didn't die.
Recycle.
Recycle.
More often.
1, 2.
Recycle.
Recycle.
Let's go!
Woo!
How did you mess that up?
That was
you
good. That was pretty good for my first try.
That's pretty good. So did you do anything to help the environment while you've been nose deep in budget?
I mean, I conserved water by locking myself in the office at my house and doing PowerPoint, and I didn't shower, so that conserved water. So yeah, I did a lot of that.
Doing a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. Keeping yourself inside the house so you're not out running fumes in the car, and I like it.
See?
Cutting down on air pollution.
I work.
It's wonderful.
I'm pretty proud of myself.
That's wonderful.
I'm gonna work on the cheer. I'll do better next week.
Do better, please. Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day to
and
you.
happy Budget Day.
Thank you. Yes.
And,
this Monday, May 1st.
Dare I ask about basketball?
Basketball's good. You know, the show's going to come on after we find out things, and it could be good, it could be bad. We're going into Game 5, Wizards-Hawks. I think the Wizards are going to pull it out, but we don't know. And you know what? Let me say, since you asked, the Wizards may be the only team who can possibly stop LeBron James and the Cavaliers. So we'll see.
There we go.
Or they could choke like dogs and lose to the Hawks.
We hope not.
See.
We hope.
We'll do alternate endings of the show.
I like it.
Kristin, they did it!
We did it! Wizards!
I can't believe they choked again.
Oh my gosh. gosh, why? Did you show up?
It's so sad.
What are you doing out there?
Championship!
Woo!
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.
Go
All right,
Wizards!
ready? I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
I can
Throwing trash
recycle.
away gets old.
Throwing trash away gets old.
Recycle at lunch in class.
Recycle and lunch in class.
Paper, plastic, metal, glass.
Ow!